All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a very fun, very informative, very special video. Johnny Wonder.
What's up, guys?
We're going to talk about the driver I've been absolutely crushing, and so I figured we get Johnny here to kind of walk us through the why.
Yeah, I want to kind of pick your brain about what you've liked about it. What's it been, like 3 weeks, a month, maybe, since you've had it? So we got lots to talk about, George.
Let's go.
Let's get into it. Let's do it.
So
173.
look at those numbers. Like, this is. I haven't seen
those are
numbers.
money numbers. Like if that was your number for the rest of your life, you're winning life. Like you're winning.
Tight little fade, exactly what I want, but like
10 and a half launch at 2,500 spin at 173 and 308. Like you can do that on command, dude. You're driving it. That's tour, like top tier tour quality.
Yeah, we'll talk. Like, so legitimately, what, 2 months ago, that same swing would have produced
167
and
2,500
no,
spin.
it would have been like 2,800 spin.
Well, it depends. That's what you had.
Yeah.
You had a pretty tight spin window, but on a shot like that, at that launch that was moving a little right to left, you'd be down. Those are the ones that dipped and spin a little bit, about 2,400. So, but you got to remember, you're getting the ball speed. And like these are very, very tight numbers. The spin access is tight. I mean, that's this driver doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
So we got fitted to the max head. Yeah, talk about the max head versus the Rogue.
Well, the triple diamond head. So like triple diamond's got a player shape. It's a lower spinning head. It's got a little bit more fade bias to it of all the heads that we have. And then you go into like a Rogue ST Max, which is like I would call like your consumer head. It's it's gonna fit the widest swath of golfers. But what we noticed on tour, and even your brother tested this head and hit it really well, it's higher MOI, but it's not super like higher spin. It still has pretty tight spin windows. It's a little easier to turn over because there's enough spin to keep your draws in the air. And the left miss is actually not that bad. It's got a nice kind of right start line. It's really forgiving, and this is the fastest face of all of them. So this driver, as it relates to tour, it's been sneaky good on tour. Yeah, so like everybody, you know, better players or the gearheads love the triple diamond stuff because it's got that kind of tour stench to it.
That is the one thing I've always thought, oh, I'm a better player, I'm high level, so I have to have the triple diamond. And so it's kind of cool that we kind of debunked, or I got that myth debunked. So that was a left miss, but that's hot.
172, 313 carry.
Okay. 313, yeah, 191 spin, really low.
Well, but hold on, for like this is where it gets cool. You launched it at 12.2, but 1915 launch for a ball that turned over like that for you. That's not super crazy low for that's okay. That ball's still sort of in your hand. I mean, hell, it carried 313. So. All
right, let's see. Let's get a good fade here. So that was a really solid fade.
174, 311 at 385. Like
guys,
11 launch,
2,400 spin. These are all optimal numbers. Something that I haven't.
You didn't have that.
I haven't seen this, guys. I haven't seen this, guys. I haven't seen this in a long time.
No, you did not have that with the other driver. Not to say it wasn't good. It just wasn't fully cooked for George.
Yeah.
You know, when you're looking at these, especially you like to check out the numbers. Look at spin. You have to look at spin and launch, right? It's not just the spin number all the time. So if the spin dips low, look at the shot shape and also look at the launch. So, you know, sometimes 1900 spin at a certain launch with a certain shot shape is actually a pretty good number. So don't get discouraged and think, oh my God, this head doesn't spin. It might be spinning perfectly for the shot and the launch that you hit it at. So it's just kind of like going a little deeper into the numbers so you understand them a little bit more. Okay, George, see if that 176 is good. 175.
A little more spin, but still.
Was that a little? Okay, so I imagine that was probably a little bit off the heel, or a little bit.
Kind of a little low. So that one 2,900 spin, 170 ball speed, great ball speed, but the spin being up 500 RPMs only made that carry 301. Only. I'm telling you that. So that again, that drive 2 months ago was going 280, maybe 275, because the thin ball is going to spin for me 3,500 on the old driver.
Right.
So that's really cool.
Let's hit one more. I want to see you hit that 176 number again. Dude. 172, 305.
I mean, again, 172, 305, 2,600 spin. Every ball I've hit over 300.
174, 307, 2,700 spin, 11 and a half launch. So for you guys that, you know,
174.
Bryan Brothers loyalists, like, look at these numbers. So this is kind of the cool story here. I'm going to talk about the setup of his driver here in a second. Obviously, he raised his ceiling, right, with his driver. But the most important thing that he did was he raised his floor. So a good golf club is about raising the floor. It's not about raising the ceiling. So your max shots are your max shots, but it's about raising the floor. So now his bad shots, his mishits, those are going 170. He didn't hit a ball in this last 6 balls that was under 170.
I know, and I haven't done that in a long time.
No, you didn't have that with the other driver. So if you miss hit one with the other driver, you're getting 162, 163 with a thin shot. Now you're getting 170, which is a huge difference. And you're, you know, the fastest I've seen it with you with this driver is 176, but the floor of your spin's pretty good. There's not an uptick in spin. The launch is always good. That's why custom fitting, especially for better players, is so important. It's not maximizing yourself, it's maximizing your floor.
Yeah.
Like that's literally the secret sauce on tour. Raising the floor, the ceiling is the ceiling.
Yep.
Raising the floor is what it's all about.
All right, one more. We're getting that 176, and then we're sending this video out in style.
Let's see what you got, Georgie.
174, but
Those are
a tight draw. 316 carry.
Those are
Hey.
Those are killer.
Let's go. Yes, that was a little bit of a draw, but again,
So
that's going to go left side of the fairway, which I'm fine with.
We're loving those. Like if you were on a PGA Tour range and we saw those numbers, Georgie,
Yeah.
we're happy. That's going in the bag, driver.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Now on the shaft.
So this is why this shaft works. So the Diamante shaft that you had before was a little softer in the handle. Still considered pretty stiff, but softer in the handle. Stiff in the middle and really stiff in the tip. The Ventus is very, very stiff in the handle. It's almost counterbalance stiff. It's a little stiffer in the middle and it's a little stiffer in the top. So it goes basically like super stiff, stiff, stiff. Yours went soft, stiff, really stiff in the tip. So for you, the way that you load it, you're like what I would call a puller, right? You get up here and you really crank it down. You need something that's a little bit more stable in the handle because that's how you stabilize the face.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is if it's a bullwhip, you're getting that thing to snap at the right time. So for you, the way that you swing it, when it gets here, you're storing all this energy, all this energy, all this energy, and all these things like a bullwhip. All it wants to do is release at the ball.
Okay.
The shaft that you had before, still doing it a little bit, but it's not snapping as hard as you'd want it to.
Awesome.
So that in combination with this head, forgiving fast head, yeah, it's a winner. It's kind of a no-brainer. I kind of figured this was going to work out for you, by the way.
Hey.
I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Let's go. And also the full fitting video, you need to watch it on the Callaway's channel. It goes through all the options, but I wanted to come on here to show y'all and have him talk about the setup.
It's killer setup. Some of my finest work, Georgie.
Thanks for coming on.
Let's
We'll see
go.
you next time. See you guys. And Alex cut that. How about that 266 with a slip?
Pretty good.
That's the one thing about these shoes are great. They look great, but in an overseed,
They slip.
yeah.